Welcome to another episode of Kai-Zen Consciousness. Today's topic is to look at how appreciated do you feel at work, at home, and in the rest of your life. Welcome, Ehnes here. This is Kai-Zen Consciousness, where you can learn to master your life from the inside out. All right, so let's take a look at how appreciated you are. People deep down have a deep sense of being needed. They want to be loved and they want to be included. 79% of employees who quit their jobs cite a lack of appreciation by management. 65% of workers have not received any recognition whatsoever in the workplace in the last 12 months. 5% of U.S. workforce does not show up for work each day unannounced. And 75% of people leave their bosses, not their jobs. So employee recognition programs just aren't working. Okay, so most likely though, because of the way things have gone in human resource direction and in business management, the messages are being sent, but they're just not getting delivered. Now, if you take a look at people, you realize pretty quickly that they are motivated differently. Okay? Some are going to respond to the carrot and stick, and some are going to look at more intrinsic motivation. And the intrinsic motivation of all this is what I want to look at a little bit further here. In German, we have a word, Menschlichkeit, and it loosely translates to being a human being, the humanity of it all. So appreciation is really tapping into that level of humanity. It's tapping into another person's heart. And it would imply that for it to be genuine and authentic, which is what you're going for, is that it comes from your own heart space. Now, appreciation can be communicated by anyone. Okay? It can be side to side, it can be top down, it can be bottom up. It doesn't just have to be a manager giving out some sort of award. Right? More appreciation in the workplace leads to, hopefully, maybe more appreciation at home, and then that translates to more appreciation in your friendships and in your community social activities and in your relationship to the entire environment, including the earth around you. Now, when people feel unappreciated and when they feel negative, you can bet that they're going to share that information, especially with each other. So that leads to workplace negativity. They're going to moan and groan, they're going to say things about each other, and all of a sudden this all gets around, and people show up to the workplace where they're no longer putting the work up front, but they're putting all of the social interactions up front because they're worried about who's talking about whom and what needs to be said, how should it be said, what are going to be any reprisals, if there are any. So that concern is really alleviated by having an appreciation in the workplace as the typical MO. Now, this can't be forced. This has to be genuine. People genuinely have to be able to give a compliment to somebody else. That comes a lot easier when it is modeled. So let's take a look at authentic engagement in the workplace, which again, I want to emphasize transfers to home, to friends, community, and everything around you and in you. Having said that, authentic engagement means that people are creative in the workplace because they feel good. They have a chance to feel like they matter. They're no longer a piece of machinery. This leads to a profitable and strong business. Okay, this leads to authentically engaged team members so that they actually learn to get along with each other in a very positive way. There's no cost to you, the business owner, or to the business itself to do this. It leads to customer loyalty, customer friendliness, customer engagement, customer appreciation, and studies have shown that organizations that have appreciation in the workplace grow 4 times as fast as the ones that do not. So the most recent work that has been done on this is called The 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace, and it's written by Gary Chapman and Paul White. So what are the core conditions for appreciation in the workplace. And it's very simple. Employees and of course customers have to feel valued, which is appreciated, and it has to be communicated authentically and engaging. Those are the requirements. Okay? It's really that simple. This is truly common sense simple. So what are these 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace? Number 1 are words of affirmation. Now, I don't know about you, but I know for me, words of appreciation and positive reinforcement words, words of praise, they work very well. It makes you feel good when somebody says something nice to you. But being who we are, intuitive human beings, it becomes pretty clear that if this is authentic, then there is no friction inside of us whatsoever. But when somebody communicates something that's just not authentic, even though they're saying it to you. For example, an immediate supervisor says to everybody the exact same thing. We appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing. Okay, but if that's not felt as authentic, where somebody says, hey, Kai, hey, John, hey, Jane, I really appreciate the work that you're doing. You're helping this company, to see and fulfill its vision. There's an authentic way for that to come across, and there's a way where somebody was forced to say it. But as human beings, we intuitively pick up on this rather quickly. The second language is called tangible gifts. This may be a gift card for a dinner or to some store somewhere. It's a gift that people respond to, okay? And maybe not in place of, but more so than the praise. So this would be where you go out of your way and you say, hey, I'd like to give you something because now the person can do it on their own and they can feel valued when they go out, maybe take their spouse or some friend or somebody else out to dinner. The third language is quality time. Now that means that the person wants to spend time with you. No distractions, no cell phones, no meetings. It's not in your office where everybody interrupts all the time. This is unadulterated, whether it's 10 minutes or whether it's an hour or 2. Let's say you go get a cup of coffee or tea somewhere and you sit down and you say, I'm paying attention to you and what you say matters to me right now. Best of all would be if they have a true great suggestion, and not just a negative gripe, but a great suggestion that you actually implement it. That would be phenomenal in terms of showing appreciation. The fourth language is called acts of service. Now these people are doers. They start the job, they bring it to completion. They are people that are closers. What can you do in terms of the language of love to deal with this person? Well, you can work with them and maybe even for them to help move them forward. What can I do for you to assist you in what you are doing? Oh, I can get you someone to help you out, or oh, I need to get you this piece of technology. Because their success, their appreciation comes by way of your realizing that they are the closers, they are your front runners, they are the people that will get things done, they are creators, but they can't do it all by themselves. So for them, you recognizing that is the language of appreciation. The fifth one, I want to preempt, we're going to keep really short. Okay? It is called physical touch. A nice firm handshake or a pat on the back, that will show the appreciation. Okay? It's as simple as that. Of course there are going to be laggards and naysayers. These are the people who will always say no. They are resistant to this. No matter how much you praise, they don't want to be bothered. And that's okay. Eventually they're going to move on. If it's too happy of a space, they won't be able to vibrate in that frequency. They're going to move into a place where they can actually hang out and just do what it is that they feel comfortable doing. But all in all, these 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace should make for such a positive environment that creativity shines, people feel fulfilled, they love coming to work, and they want to contribute to your company and make it work out better. So thanks a lot for watching another episode of Kai-Zen Consciousness, where the possibilities are endless.